Okay, so we're going to continue with chapter 3 and reinforce our skills and applying them. I had a bit of a setback, and I already started the session earlier on, and we're just going to catch up a little bit on it, and then we'll continue on with chapter 3 too, where I tell you where the setback was because the book was not very specific about certain things. All right, so in Reinforce Your Skills 3-1, you are asked to add a new client. And we just did that with Greg's landscaping, so we should all be quite familiar with it. So they want us to add a new client named Mary Beth Dunham. So I already did that. I'll just go through it. You type in Mary Beth Dunham, and you could actually put that Mary Beth here and leave the middle name out. It's just preferences at this point. And then it wants you to add the phone number, which is 702-555-4489. And then Mary Beth Dunham is printed on the checks. Everything is fine, and you can go save. You click save. I won't because I have her in the system already. All right, so then Mary Beth has a small mixed breed dog named Elvis. I have him in there already, but let me show you how you add Elvis. You put his name in here, and then the client display name will appear as Elvis, but here the name on the checks should not be Elvis because Elvis is a dog. He cannot pay any invoices. So it has to be Mary Beth. And here they say print on check as, click the checkbox to uncheck. There's no checkbox here anymore. They changed the interface, so we just have to override it with Mary Beth Dunham. And then, yes, this is a sub-client, and the parent name is Mary Beth Dunham. So this is essentially what you have to do to set up these two. First of all, Mary Beth, and second, her dog Elvis. All right, you're gonna save that. I already did, so I'm not going to do that. Want to leave yes. Okay, so the next one is import. We also did that. So when you're in your clients, and be sure you're in your clients, you will end up being here, Mary Beth, Elvis. Click here, don't do this, don't go here, click on clients, and you will be here and say import. Another way to get there is import data. All right, these two you have. So if you do import data, you still have to click on clients. All right. If you do it from here, it will already be selected and you get right to that window. All right, you're going to browse through, you're going to select import clients. The customer were for landscaping. We're in the puppy love right now, so use the clients, which is also indicated here. Say open. Now this appears here, say next. So these are the columns in your CSV file. So you just check name. Yep, the next one is the phone. The next one is the streets, cities, states, zip, and country. Beautiful. We don't need anything else. So you go here, you check if everything checks out like this. And whenever you're going to import data in whatever system you ever work with, make sure the data that you import is correct. Make this extra step, go through it, check the data, because once it's in the system, it's a nightmare to remove it. And if you have an active system where you upload data and other users can use the data immediately, you will never get it out of the system because they are already using the wrong data. Okay, and then you just click import. I won't do it because I already did that. And then you should have this beautiful customer setup list. All right. So these names will all appear here. All right, now we're moving on to 3-2, which gave me a headache. We're going to go in sales receipt and we customize our sales receipts. We make them pink. And so what I did, I already did that. So you're going to enter here, pink sales receipt. We are under design. Going to change up the template to modern. Click on the logo and just use that logo. It does not specify the logo here, but it shows. So I'm a rebel. I'll just do it anyway, even though it does not specify that you have to click the logo. And then the color is pink. It's the same number as here. All right. Then go on courier 10 point. And to adjust the margins, just click here and make this all 0.5. You do not have to click anything else here. That is fine to do so. All right, then they want you to go into content and work on your footer. And your footer should now say, thank you for choosing Puppy Love Pampered Pooch. All right. So they want you to preview the form. No problem, preview PDF. Looks good to me. It does not look the same way, but they did not specify that we have to change something up here. So we'll just continue on as is. All right. Okay, we're going to close that. And then they say done. Preview the form and click done. So we did. Now they say use the added drop-down menu to make pink sales receipt the default. So I don't know which added drop-down they're talking about, because if I go in here, there's nothing. Oh, excuse me. Oh, and we have that on recording. That's funny. All right, but I figured out a way how to do it. You're going to go here, going to go on gear and click custom form styles. And you will see your pink sales receipt that we just set up. And you're going to go here and you say make default. So now this is your default and it's already indicated that this will be your default. And if you want to check it, you just go on sales receipt. And you won't see it here because what you have to do is you have to go here and you will see that pink sales receipt is automatically selected. You can also say print preview. Click print later because I don't want your printer to go off and say there's no paper. Okay, so it doesn't print preview because we haven't entered any information here, so that's fine. Yeah, we don't want to save, but we have that defaulted and that's what we're wanted to do. All right, reinforce your skills 3-3. Create sales forms, a deposit, and a report. Okay, you're gonna read all this. Sometimes it's important to read it. In this exercise, you will create sales. You will also add clients. All right, choose new client. Choose new. So here's the thing. Okay, and then sales receipt. Okay. So it messes you up because it says clients, but when you changed customers to clients, that didn't change. So they should actually only say customers to not to really confuse you. Okay, let's go to sales report, receipt. my bad. Prepare sales receipts for the following services provided on August 6th. All right, August 6th. Choose payments to deposit in the deposit to field. Okay, Jason Wigway. All right, Jason. Oh, I spell with a Y because my husband was spelled with a Y. Alrighty. Bought in his medium-sized Terra mix Butch a full room. Okay, so here's the thing. Hint, choose payments to deposit in the deposit to field where needed at clients and Pooches as subclients. So obviously Jason doesn't have a subclient named Butch yet, so we just have to add it. So the way I do it is, let's go back. I say Butch. All right, Butch does not exist yet, so I'm going to go and add him. It will always put it in the company field, but I have a little OCD when it comes to that, so I won't let it be in the company name. I have not seen that the system says something about it, but you now have 3 attempts, which is awesome. So you can just play around with the system a little bit. Okay, so the parent is Jason, which way he gets the checks, and then we also bill him. Alrighty, so that looks good, but this is funny. Okay, Jason, which way is safe? Ah, it went back. Did you see that? Oh man. Do you want to leave without saving? Yes. So let's fix him first because that was not funny. Here's Butch. Go back in and edit. So when I corrected my cut to Butch, it also automatically overwrote this. So I have to go back and say which way. All right. We save today. We go back in sales receipt. Wonderful. Now we can actually say Butch. Look at this. And it will say Jason Ridgway because he is responsible for Butch, and then it will say Butch. And today is not May 23rd in 2023. No, today is August 6th, 2026. All right, we're not working with text right now. And what does he do? He pays with a check. So please select check. Put the reference number 4844 in it. We do not direct deposit into Los Angeles City Bank. We have to put it in payments to deposit. With the cracks landscaping, I think we had undeposit funds. So these accounts could be named differently, but they have the same function behind. These are checks we have received. We mark the sales receipt as paid, but we have not received the cash in the bank yet or the funds in the bank. So we cannot really say, hey, this bank has that money now, and we have to wait. All right, so the service date is obviously 8/6/26. And then the product is, and here's where I did a lot of mistakes. I didn't put the right stuff in because I wanted to get it done quickly. It's a medium size, so I always put the size in first, and then I have all the 3 options, and he's gonna get a full pad groom. All right, the rate is already set up, so we don't have to do anything with it. And it's also very important that this is set up correctly. Otherwise, your prices and everything is off, and your balance sheet will be off, and everything will be off. All right. So we're not sending it. We're saying save and new because Jerry Lee also brought a dog in. So what's the name of the dog? The name is King. Okay, obviously we do not have King available yet, so we're gonna put King here. Gonna delete that. Gonna say King. We're not dealing with anything else. They don't have a phone. Okay, so it's Jerry Lee. He's a sub-parent, Jerry Lee. Okay, so I love to work with tabs. When I'm going through, I click tap, tap, tap. When I get here and it turns blue with my tab, I hit the space and it will unclick. So I like that. And then we're gonna go with Jerry, enter parent. Well, I did, thank you. So we set up King, nice. Alrighty. Let's go here. Jerry brought his large lab King for a flea bath. After a walk in the woods, he paid with check 9887. Check 9887. Payments to deposit is now remembering the last time we used it, and it will just continue on. All right, so it is 8/6/26. And I think if you tab, it will automatically bring up the date. I'm not sure. So it's the flea bath. So here's what I had, what my problem was. It says flea bath and it's $10. And sometimes I don't know, do they only do a flea bath or do they do anything else? So what I do is I go into transaction, which is a lovely cheat sheet. And I go and I look for King, Jerry Lee King. Okay, so, and the way that transaction list is split up or displays is accounts receivable, which is not the sales receipts. The sales receipts already been paid, which is waiting for the funds to be deposited in our bank account. Accounts receivable is when we actually write an invoice, which will happen soon. All right, so then you have all your bank transaction, and then you have payments to deposit, which is your sales receipt for right now. And you see all those sales receipts. So if you have questions what to do, just go up on that. So you can see Jerry Lee King indeed only received a $10 flea bath. All right, so here's bath and brush small, but I'm in the wrong client. Add-ons flea bath. So that's all he needed. So that's cool. So we can just continue on and say save and new. Let me go to the book. All right, and now we're going to do Bonnie's dog, which is a Chihuahua named Missy. Missy is also not in the system. We're gonna call her Missy. Tap, tap. Missy. All right. That is, of course, Bonnie. Zoe, she's a sub. And then we have Bonnie. And wow, Bonnie is not even here. All right, so obviously we need to enter Bonnie first before we continue. Zoe. And so do this. We don't know any telephone number of these people, so there's no sub, and the print on the check should be this. Okay, save. And now we can add Missy, which should be Bonnie Zoe. It's sub-client Bonnie. Okay, so we got Missy, we got the parent, and we go save. It also happened on August 6th, year 26. And she actually paid cash. Nice. All right. So there's no reference number when it comes to cash, and we're also waiting for payments to be deposited. It's not going into the petty cash. If it goes into petty cash, it would still be the same, because then we count the cash in the petty cash, and we're gonna allocate the cash amount with those transactions. All right, so just make sure if you have questions, go back and it says sales receipt, and it actually says payments to deposit. All right, so that sounds great. And then so the service. So let me try this if that works out. No, it doesn't. I know my other client, it does work out. I just don't know how to fix it here. All right. So what did she get? She got so tiny means small. And then she got a bath and brush, which is here, which is $20, and she paid cash. All right. So if you're not sure, go in your transaction list and make sure this is what you want. All right, save and new. Oh, we don't need new because that was the last one. Well, you can just click. All right, to prepare the bank deposit of August 6th, choose new, bank deposit. Return to the dashboard, business review. Right. To prepare the bank deposit, choose new, other bank deposit, return. Why does it do that? So obviously, all these people are here. It does not say, because it says to prepare the bank deposit. It does not to actually do the bank deposit. So, okay, let's just go here to make sure that we're not doing something wrong. Yeah, it's already, so there are multiple things in that book that are not quite specific, and you just have to kind of understand it. So let's go down here to prepare the bank deposit for twin and choose. You see, and it also doesn't say when it happened. So I just have to assume now that it happened. Well, let's not assume, let's go here, and we can actually go here and see what happened. You see, there's a deposit. It's the 45, which is here. It's the 10 here and a 20 here. And it's on August 6th. So yes, let's make it August 6th. We're not working with the text right now. Just click the applicable one that are in here that we just got paid, and save and close. All right, so Jason is paid. If I go to Missy, Missy is paid. And then if I go to, it's not Elvis, it's King is paid. Okay, so how can you see if that is now okay? Well, there are two ways. You can go into, so obviously they are all paid now. That's what we wanted. But you can also go here for the purpose of this course, just to be in compliance with all of this. You go into reports, you saved your list with splits, you run all dates, or you run July. Oh, let's see. Yeah, it should not have anything but 2026. So that's fine. So what it does, it's just when you get to a later chapter, can just focus on specific time frames. I just say all dates and be good with it. Alrighty, let me make this a little bit bigger because my screen is not big enough. But now it should, you see, this will not be in there if you choose August. Yeah, it is in there. Okay. But we only did deposit here. That's what we want to check. And you see, it looks the same way. This Mac mouse sometimes just messes me up. All dates. So just look here. It's August 6th, which is this one here. And I'm sorry, I'm maxed out with my space here. And I could make it smaller, but then you won't see anything. So 7540, so it's right here. These. All right, so we did it correctly. And that's why I'm saying this transaction is your best friend too, besides the blue buttons, because it really helps you correct yourself if there's any misunderstanding of the book. Alrighty, so we did that. Now they want us to return to the dashboard, business overview. We did that. To run the report for August 6, 26, click reports. Standard sales customer, sales by client. Okay, so we're going to go in sales and then we say sales by client, but they want a summary. Alrighty. And then they want, well, if I say today, it's not really working out because the system doesn't know that we're actually in a different one. So 8, what's going on? 8. Can I type this in, please? 8, 6, 2026. Why doesn't it work? 8. Oh, okay. 6, 26. Right. Run the report. And we have Missy, we have Butch, King. And if you do not see it this way, that Bonnie is the parent and Missy is the dog, and it's like there's a total that says Missy, you did not set Missy up as a sub customer, you set her up as a customer. So you just go back into the client and click sub and allocate her to Bonnie if that's the case, and you'll be fine. All right. Okay, next. Apply your skills, and then we're almost done with this chapter. Yay. Honestly, if you have a weekend where you think it's raining and I don't have anything to do and you're cool with QuickBooks and you just jam it, you just do it all at once and you'll be done for the rest of the semester. This is so cool. If you have a weekend, why not? Okay, so apply your skills 3-1, create sales receipts, a bank deposit, and report. So apply your skills won't tell you anything anymore. You just have to kind of figure it out how to do it. Well, then let's do it. Sadie did not get in many groomings, but she did meet some wonderful pooch owners in their pooches. After closing for the day, Sadie received a call from Esther Green, a dog breeder who is very interested in contracting service for her kennel. A meeting was scheduled for the afternoon of August 7. In this exercise, you will create a remaining sales receipt for August 6, 2026, record a bank deposit, and create a sales report for Sadie. All right, these are all valuable things we need to know as accountants. Create sales receipts for these services. All right, we're going to go here, sales receipt. And then Benny. Do we have Benny? Yes. Benny decided it would be a treat for his small terrier, Maggie. So we do not have Maggie yet. Otherwise, Maggie would be right in here. So let's just set her up, Maggie. And then Benny Stewart. See, I don't know why it does this because he's obviously in there, but it will eventually save it anyway. Okay, so Maggie. So we're remaining August 6th. Don't get confused with August 7th. This is just something that comes down the road. August 6th, we're still on August 6th. Benny decided, blah, 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 to get a nice, he paid with a check. All right, check. And then the check number is 12678. We wait for the payments to be deposited. So once you set it up, you should not change that. I have a customer where I have to change it because she received checks, cash, and she doesn't put it in the bank. She has a petty cash, so I have to use a little bit different approach. I have a account that's called cash on hand, so I will be able to consolidate or reconcile the cash amount with the petty cash. All right, service date is 8/6/2026. The product, so it's a small terrier. So I put in small so I can see all the services. And it gets a bath and brush. This is here. And then gets a teeth brushing too. All righty. And that's it. We should be good. And we have more customers coming out, our clients coming up. So we say save and new. The next one is Arlene Garrison and the small terrier Joe. Joe is not in there, but Arlene is there. So we just say Joe. There's no name. Arlene Garrison. Arlene. That was weird. Arlene. All right. And we're good to go. Safe. Arlene Garrison, the dog Joe. All right. So got a mini pet groom. It's also 8/6, and she paid also with a check. So mini is small. Pet groom. Oh, wait a second. It's a small terrier and it's a mini pet groom. You see how confusing this is sometimes. 8/6/2026. And this is also something you will learn down the road. If you ever have a client, if you work for a CPA and the client has a beauty salon or a grooming or is a retailer, whatever it is, you need to do your research to figure out how am I going to do this with this business? Because the owner can't tell you how to do the bookkeeping because they want you to help them to set everything up. So you have to interview the owners a little bit to see how their business works. But it's not bad. You learn and the experience just will come with it. It's pretty cool, actually. I love it. All right. Mini pet, and he got also his ears cleaned. All right. And that should be it. Save and new. All right, and then we have Stacy. Let's see if Stacy exists. She exists, but her dog does not exist yet. So the dog's name is Agnes. She common. All right, and she paid cash. no reference number. We're still here. And then medium. And he got a bath and brush. All right. Good. And that was the last client for today. So we can save and close. And then it also says create a bank deposit. All right. New bank deposit. And then it should also be here because it doesn't specify. Oh, it does actually say August 6th. Never mind. So all of the peeps that came today, you're going to get deposit. All right. Save and close. Then they want you to look at the summary report for the customers. They're here. And you say all dates on the report. And I don't know why you should do this, but obviously you just take a screenshot and hope that it will be okay, because that is not what you are looking for. So to figure this out, so here it says create a sales by summary, client summary report. Well, we did, but then it says check figures and it should match like this. Well, there's no bank deposit, bank balance, and stuff like this, but here's the sales by client summary. Okay, so I give them that. This is here, this is correct. We want to see that. So how are we going to see the bank balance? Okay, so the bank balance you could see in banking. But here's the thing, we did not set up the automatically bank feed, so we cannot really see anything. I'll work in this book with chart of accounts a lot because it gives you some stuff automatically. So here's the bank balance, which is correct. And then the bank deposit, I would suggest you go just here. There's the 95 and go on your reports. Look here, say all dates, run the report. Okay, so every time before you submit, look at your transaction list and see that all the dates are 2026. Because it happens really quick that you use 2023. All right, so then you look here and you will see there are two deposits, and then one is 95, which we wanted to see, and one is 75. All right, so we did this quite well, and we're done with this. And we're now going to the next one. And it says create transactions, a deposit, and a report. No problem. We've learned it. We're quite confident now. All right, use the following information to create the appropriate transaction. Julie Walton brought in both of her large boxers, Alice and Susie, for full groom, teeth brush, and ears clean. She paid with check number 1515. So she already paid, which means she needs a sales receipt. All right. So let's see if Julie is in the system. She's not in the system. So we have to add Julie. And her last name is Walton. We don't know any more information about her. And then, so we're dealing with 2 dogs now. You can only have 1 client per sales receipt. So what you have to do is you have to set up 2 sales receipts. If you're not sure, look in the transaction list first before you do your entries, because then you can be quite certain you did it correctly. All right, so let's do 2. But first of all, let's put in Alice first. And this is Julie Walton. Julie. All right, save. And now we're on August 7th. All right. And then, and I wish it would be in the current year because then I can just click this. Sometimes it's easier, but we're not. Okay, so she paid with a check. Check number is 1515. And it is August 7, 2026. There are large boxers. Oof. An extra large is a little pain on the butt. So go with large here, and they got a full room, quantity, rate. It's already set up. They got a little bit more. 2026. Also got their teeth brushed. All right. And then 2026, they got their ears cleaned. Nice. So that should be the invoice for Alice. Let's just check. Here's Alice, and the total amount is 75. It's 55,515. So just follow that transaction list and you won't get a headache, okay? Now we say save and new. And now we have to add the other dog, which is Susie. All right, we don't do anything here. Here we say Julie Walton, and it's Julie Walton. It will not do this for me. All right, save. Julie Walton, Susie. Okay, we stay with the date. We stay with the check. It's still 1515 because she paid both with the same check. And then we say, ooh, what happened here? I hate when this happens. All right, back to here. Okay, I don't know if you actually see that, but this is, thanks. This is what I want. And then I have this zoom here. All right, we say 8/7/2026. It's a large dog, and they got a full groom. And then they got teeth brushed. So if you only put 8/7 in here, it will automatically go to 2023. So if you work in the current year, then it's just nice to use that function. Ears. So that's also $75, and we should be okay with this. All right, save and new. Now we go to Duck. So I'm not sure if Doug is already in the system. He's not. So his name is Doug. Cheryl. And I'm good at butchering names, so don't take me for granted if that's the right pronunciation. Because, oh, he's the parent. He doesn't need this up. Okay, we're saving him. And then we're setting up his dog, which is Husky. Oh no, his breed is a Husky. He obviously is named Skeeter. Okay, Doug, Cheryl. And there is my accounting attitude where I'm like, I don't need to know what breed it is. I don't have to put that in the system right now. So just don't tell me. But, you know, you should be always aware of all the information that comes up. All right, so this is Doug. All right, so we're good on this. Let's see what Skeeter got. So Doug paid with a check. And Skeeter. He got a bath and brush. Okay. And it's all he got, $55. You're not sure if that's okay? Go here, find Skeeter. He's right here, $55. Perfect. Save and new. Brett Johnson. Is Brett in the system already? He is not. All right. Brett Johnson. And he's the parent, so we don't have to set up anything else. And then let's see what the name of his dog is. I always put it up, so a little bit easier to read. Large Basset Romeo. Romeo, and that's Brett Johnson. And there's Sup, Brett. All right, and save. It's the same date, and he paid cash. And then it's 8/7/2026. Of course, it didn't work out. 7/2026, and we got a. So it's a large. Bath and brush, and then he also got the teeth cleaned. All right, so it should be $45. Let's see. Yep, here he is, Romeo, $45. Perfect, safe and new. Lost my place. Oh, here, sorry. Amanda. Do we have Amanda? We do not have Amanda. Amanda Brown. She's the parent, no sub necessary. Now let's set up the dog. Oh, so here's the thing. She's just nice, and she just cleans up a dog that she found. So you don't have a name for the dog, and therefore you don't need a sub account. If you ever wonder how that works out, if you need one, if you don't, just look here. If there is a colon and a name behind it, you probably need a sub account. But Amanda, she doesn't know that dog. She's just nice to the dog. So this is how it's going to be. All right. So, okay, don't forget extra charge for Amanda. So she pays cash. That's what I was looking for, because we're still here filling all that stuff out. And we're still August 2026, so August 7. So it's a small, and she gives the small terrier a flea bed and a full groom. And it's a mudded dog, so we just need to add extra for mudded pads. Okay, and I have seen this mudded pads being an issue too in this book, so just be careful and always check the transaction list. So it should be $55, 40, 10, 5. Yep, perfect. We're good with this, and we're going to our last customer, which is Jamie. I have not seen Jamie in the system, so we need to set it up new. Okay, we say save, and we're going to add the dog. Dog's name is Peaches. All right, we got this set up. She pays with a check. The check number is 58581. And then this was same date. And it's a tiny, so it's a small, full room. And the nails painted, of course. If you are called Peach, your nails are getting painted. All right, so it should be $48. Let's check. $48. Awesome. All right. And we're going to say save and close because that was our last one. And then Sadie closed the salon a bit earlier to meet with the kennel owner. You will take the checks and the cash from today's sales to the bank and deposit them. So you need to record a bank deposit, then leave the sales by client summary report for August 2026 for Sadie to review. Okay, so let's do bank deposits. We are professionals now. We know how to do it. All these have been deposited. And I click here just to select them all. It should be a total amount of $353. Let's go here on our little cheat sheet. $353. This is beautiful. All right, watch the date. Yep, we only have one bank, so we don't have to choose a bank. And then save and close. All right, so what else did she want us to do? Sales by client summary report. Okay, let's go look at the reports. By client, just do all dates. That will be fine. Unless specified. We're not there yet. It will come up though. Okay, so sales by client summary is, here it is. It will come up. I just said it. Okay, so you need to select the dates. Custom 8726, 8726. And now it's going to be 353. So if you don't get the number, you're not necessarily entered anything wrong. You just extracted the information wrong. All right. Bank deposit, we already checked that. And then the bank balance, let's just go here, chart of account, 52473. Wonderful. So if you have those numbers and everything is fine and you checked your transaction list, you're close to being done with chapter 3. All right, apply your skills 3-3, set up a new account, create transactions, and create a report. Okay, Sadie met with Esther about setting up weekly appointments for 29 dogs. Man, it's a lot of dogs. She will bring in 7 medium-sized dogs for bath and brush each week on a rotating basis. She would also like the dog's ears cleaned and teeth brushed as needed. So this is not on a weekly basis. This, however, will be on a weekly basis. Sadie jumped at this opportunity and signed a contract with Esther. Sadie will offer Esther Green a 10% discount and bill her weekly. Esther will pay in 15 days. So there's a lot of information we need to know when we set up Esther's account. All right, Esther brought in 7 medium-sized dogs Saturday morning. Okay, so first of all, we need to work on our price rule. So we go to list. We don't see the price rule here, but we've learned when we go into our account settings and we click on, not on usage, on sales. Usage is really cool because you can see what's going on. All right, chart of account, tag groups, and all that good stuff. We will have that later on. Yeah, this is really, really cool. All right, sales. Price rule is off, so we just have to set it to on. All right, save. close. It doesn't appear yet, so we need to just go out of here and let it rethink. It's not here. I'll refresh the browser and it's here. So sometimes it just needs a little bit of a kick to remember that now the price rules are engaged. All right, create a price rule. And I just remember we need to set up her client first. All right, so say clients. It doesn't matter how you go in here, this or this, it's all good. Say new client. It's a company now. So we have to say, oh, wait a second. Do you want to leave without saving? But it wants this. No. Okay, so don't get confused. Because you can see here, it says kennel clients, but it's the rule name. Here it says Greenway Kennels, which is as the person is. So, and it should say something here, but I just don't see it. So they want us to figure out all the information. Oh, here, look at this. Create a new client, Greenway Kennels. Well, let's just do that. Greenway Kennels. I don't see any additional information. And sometimes I may overread something because I'm trying to talk and read at the same time and then also do the exercises. I still urge you, read it line by line to really get it going. All right, so let's just leave it as is right now. And now set up the price rule. Go here, all lists, price rule, create a rule. We're going to call it kennel clients, and then select individual. So now it works. If you remember with the previous video, it didn't work. I'm not sure if it's because it's a test client, but we're good. So it says all products and services. So we do not say, hey, only this, only this. It's all service and product. And then the percentage is decreased by 10%. And we'll just keep this. All right. And then the client that we choose is add client. And it is Greenway Kennels. That's why we had to enter Greenway Kennels. All right. I think we're good. We have one client that benefits from that. I would just say save and close. Nice. And you can see it actually here now, which is fantastic. All right. Ugh, my apologies. So they want to go back to the dashboard, create a custom invoice for Greenway Kennels using these criteria. So now we're not going into sales receipt, we're going into invoice because she gets invoiced weekly. So she doesn't pay when she brings the dog, she pays later. All right, so add customer information, which is nothing we want to do right now. So they just want to show us around. We just want to say new style. Custom invoice for Greenway using these criteria. So the style is does it give us a name? Get the invoice. Okay, so we just name it ourselves. It's going to be Greenway Kennels. Change up this to modern. Again, I'm a rebel. I'm going to put the logo in, and it might be that back in the days when they created a book that was an automatic process, but now it's not. So we're just adding it. I want to see that cute puppy. Okay, pink. We're still going with the pink. We're still doing courier 10, and we're setting up the margins to 5. And this is what I missed to show you earlier because I already done it. All right. Then we want to include the company address. And then we want to add a message. Thank you for choosing Puppy Love Pampered Pooch. Well, it's already there, so that's fine. All right, so we're going to say done. So let's see when we go on invoices. Thanks. It's on standard. So we actually need to make this. So I'm thinking down the road, because we're going to have a second client like this. If I default that, it may come up wrong, but let's default that. I just can't do it from here. It's just driving me nuts. I don't even know why. Okay. Go here, custom form styles, and then Greenwell invoice. So here you see receipt, here you see invoice, and we're going to make this a default. All right, let's go to invoice. Just click through it. It will come up all the time. It's just going to drive me nuts. All right, so custom, now it's already there. Prepare the invoice for Greenway Kennels. All right. The invoice number should be 1013. Yep. So remember, I said it in earlier sessions, when you delete or void an invoice receipt or sales receipt, my apologies, then this number will be off balance. And then your reports here won't be good. And I got points deducted because I did it once. And yeah, that wasn't that fun. All right. So, all right, it is 1013 and the invoice amount should be 220. So they actually give you a little bit of a hint what it should be, but for preparing this invoice, we need to go back up and read this again. So it says 29 dogs is the kennel. She will bring in 7 medium-sized. Okay, so, and this will be August 8th. So let's just work on this here very quick. August 8th. And also, while we're up there, so I like to write it down to not to miss any important information. But when they, when they did their negotiations, it says pays in 15 days. All right, so we have to do this, and we can default that in her customer client. We will do that after we wrote that invoice here. All right, so we're not working with this right now, and it's 8/8. Okay. And then it was medium-sized, bath and brush. All right. And remember, we have 7. And then okay, so it seems like all of them got their teeth brushed. Put a 7 in here too. And we indeed get to the point where it says 220.50. You want to make sure you're going to go here. And so it's not going to be down here, because down here are the sales receipts, because there are payments to deposit. It's not going to be here because these are our bank deposits. It's going to be up here in the accounts receivable because we have not received the money yet. All right, so if you say safe, just say safe. I try to sell you some stuff all the time. And once you hit save, you can see this here that says more. Look at the transaction journal. And you can see it says 88 invoice 1013, Greenway Kennels, bath brush, medium, wonderful. And the amount is correct too. It's stated differently, like just, this is the summary. So awesome. It works out fine, and we can continue on. All right, so Sadie would like an overview of how sales by client were for August 6 through August 8. Create a report for her. All right, reports, sales by client summary. And then she said August 6 to August 8, run the report. Okay, so you just go through and see if it works out for you or not. And here we go, 743.50. And to get your assignments graded 100%, you're gonna export that joker, name it correctly, and upload it in eLab. All right, so, but before you do that, I suggest you go through your list and make sure it is all good. We did it in between, so it shouldn't be a problem for you. And then I also want you to go back and check those numbers. So we already checked that number. So that number is here, accounts receivable. We only did one invoice, so that is correct too. But let's just check the bank account one more time to make sure we did everything we're supposed to do. And it's 52473. So yes, and you are done with chapter 3. Congratulations, and I will see you in chapter 4.